In a sell to buy transaction, what is the best way to handle elders? Stay tuned. Okay, so post-COVID, you might have seen an uptick of real estate transactions related to deaths. So I've seen a lot of homes on the market where somebody died on the property or just old age. It could have been health, but whatever the reason is, we're seeing this old baby boomer population. A lot of them want to downsize. A lot of them are living in 3,000 square foot homes that they don't need. Many of them are getting sick. Whatever it is, they need to sell their homes, and so they're leaving it in a trust. They're working with other family members. So how do you handle elders when it comes to real estate transactions, especially if you're dealing with an elder who has to sell and then buy? And let's just say that whether they go into an assisted living facility or they're downsizing into a smaller home, you have to handle them with the utmost care. So here are my 4 recommendations when working with elders. Downsize early, start earlier than later, delegate duties to other family members, and last, always make this a stress-free experience. 5 additional tips when working with elders. First and foremost, you want to make sure that you also know if there's going to be a power of attorney involved. So who's signing for the elder when it comes to selling their home? So make sure you have a power of attorney appointed. Would it be their son? Is it going to be a trust? Is it going to be their daughter? Whoever it is. Make sure that person has an email address. So whose email address are all these documents going to be sent to? Number 3, I think that's really, really important, is start looking for the home that they want to buy before you even decide to put the home on the market. And I'll tell you why. Get them comfortable with what's out in the market. That way they have a feel of, okay, as soon as I sell my house and I'm in escrow, they don't want to feel rushed. They want to know that there's other product on the market that matches their taste. So make sure that you have an idea of what the market that they're going to be going into looks like. Last, I think the most important thing also is I see again and again in all of our cases of elders, it would be wise for you to have them slum it over at a family member's house while you're selling the home. I just think it's important. It'll make them feel comfortable. And number 5, if there's any renovations going on in the house, make sure they're not there. So the minute you're turning their cabinets, their brown cabinets, into white, let's just say you're painting the home, let's just say you're glazing the bathtubs or whatever it is, make sure that they're out of the house, because once the contractors come in and all that clutter starts happening and there's all this madness going around, you just want to make it a very stress-free experience. So I would have them slum it, stay over at a relative's house, son, daughter's house, caretaker's house, and then last, if there's any renovations going on, make sure that they're not there. Gorgeous home out in Whittier, huh? So, we really helped her with some renovations in there, and with her home, we remodeled basically her kitchen. And during that time, she actually wanted to be there, and she was fun, full of energy. And without her son, I wouldn't have been able to close this transaction. It was really the son who got down and got involved. He was the signatory. It was under his name. He kind of put everything. He really took care of mom. And so it's really important that you ally with somebody in the family to make this transaction happen. But once we started looking at homes, she got a feel. We put her house on the market, got the highest price per square foot. She was so thrilled about what her place looked like after we staged it. And then we used the sale and slum it option. So she slummed it over at her son's place. And then that way she had cash in hand. And we freely went out into the market, took our time. And within, I want to say about 3 months, we found them a home in the city of Walnut. We were not looking in Walnut. We thought we would buy, in Roland Heights and Hacienda Heights, maybe stay out in Whittier. But we ended up going and finding a home in Walnut. So the sale and slum it option is what got us there. And I want to conclude by just summarizing the 10 tips that I want to give you, more tips on what you should do when you're working with elders. So I just want to kind of memorialize this. Start early, declutter early. Who is the elder going to be living with? Are we going to do a sales leaseback? Are we going to do a sale and slum it option? I always find that the sale and slum it option for the family is the best. So find out which option. And then are we going to be moving them to another home or like an assisted living facility? Get a POA early and figure out who the signatory is. Whose email address are we going to be using for all the documents? Notify key services, physicians, tax services, utility companies of the change of addresses, Social Security, government agencies. And then if the person doesn't have family members, then what option are we going to be using? Is it not the sale and slum it, but is it the sales and leaseback option? Get them a lot of boxes so you can label everything, and always, always make it a very stress-free experience. My name is Caroline Lee. I'm your sell to buy expert, and I work the North OC and Fullerton markets. Thanks, guys.
If you want to sell your home for top dollar, call my mom and start cashing.